Hey folks, happy Saturday morning rants. What do I want to talk about? I want to start by talking about people who hire directly impacted people, pay them like shit, set the bar low, don't expect them to really perform, don't invest in them, and then try to convince their colleagues that it's okay that they don't perform in the name of like checking the legitimacy box. Look, we got directly impacted people working for us. Or if I give you the benefit of the doubt, in the name of like moving money into the hands of people directly impacted. But if that's what you really are doing, if that's where your values are, then just write them a fucking check. Because bringing them into the workplace, setting the bar low, and then convincing their colleagues that, you know, it's okay to continue to give them a pass because of their trauma, because of where they come from, blah, 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 whatever narrative you got going on. Like, that's just fucked up. That just actually harms people, doesn't strengthen them, and it's not a gift. All right, it's actually, might be a gift for you, but it's not a gift for them. And I don't care whether you black, brown, yellow, purple. I don't give a fuck. If you're doing that, it's just fucking wrong. You shouldn't be doing it. It's the politics of fucking low expectations, setting the bar low, and it's really fucked up, and you shouldn't do it. And if you just want to give people money, just fucking give them money. That's not even what the fuck I want to talk about, but I wanted to get that off my chest. The other thing I want to talk about is government money. I got all these clients that be like, yo, I'm gonna go after this government grant opportunity. It's like $1 million. Really? It's $1 million. So you think after getting your 501c3 on February 28th, on June 1st, you're gonna go after this $1 million grant and the government gonna give it to you? That ain't gonna happen. That ain't gonna happen, because they're gonna give the money to the nonprofit that they know, that they love, that knows how to report on these grants, that actually knows how to write a compelling application, that has people who work there who used to work in government, that has people who used to work there that now works in government. Like, you up against all those politics. Ain't nobody giving you $1 million because you got some fucking mentoring program and you think mentoring is some new shit and that you invented it. So it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work that way. I'm at a stop sign. I'm waiting like I'm at a red light. So that's the first thing to think about, is like, you're not going to get government money if you knew. And let's say you're not new. Let's say you've been around for 2 years, 3 years. You could show them that they should be giving you money and you get a government grant. Let's talk about government grants. First of all, a grant from the government is really not really a fucking grant. And I know you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, if you get $750,000 from government and they call it a grant, it's not a grant. That's not how you should think about it. It's like a fucking promise to maybe give you $750,000 if you do exactly what the fuck we say, don't do it wrong, and show us all this fucking proof that you did it exactly how the fuck we wanted you to do it, and spend a whole salary's worth of money to prove to us that you did it, i.e. a grant manager. And so you really don't have $750,000. That's just not how the fuck it works. So if you sitting there thinking, I'm going to build a program that costs $750,000 because I got a $750,000 grant, you didn't get a grant. You got a fucking promise that maybe if you do some shit, they'll give you some money. But chances are you will never shake loose that whole $750,000. The other thing, government is fucking rigid. The rigidity of government is ridiculous. The things it takes to actually run a program and meet the needs of the people you're serving is not the shit that government wants to hear. Whatever's written into that contract is what you better fucking do. Because if you try to do what you think is the right thing to do, they're not going to reimburse you. You're not going to get your money back. The next thing, mediocrity. Government lives in fucking mediocrity. Like, government is okay with doing mediocrity for like 20-year fucking intervals before it even says maybe we should do some shit different. The next thing, bureaucracy. Like, you want to fucking like pull your fucking hair out, get a government grant. Like, you will be shocked at how many people in government it takes to administer your little fucking grant, instead of just giving you the money, wishing you the best, and, you know, holding you accountable if you don't do what the fuck you say you're gonna do. Nope. Tons of fucking bureaucracy. Like, you probably gonna go through 10 people in government before you can even say we got awarded that grant. So get ready for that, the bureaucracy associated with it. What else would I point out? Undermining. I can't tell you, there's so many people in government who swear to God, they know better than you do about what the fuck your people need. So get ready for that. Government will tell you what the fuck they think your people need. And it'll always be somebody in government who's been there for like 24 and a half years, who, like, because they've been in government for 24 and a half years, thinks that their experience of dealing with a bunch of nonprofits makes them a professional in what the fuck people need. Get ready for that shit. Don't be surprised. And remember, it's what the fuck you're asking for. So if it's what the fuck you're asking for, don't be surprised when it's what the fuck comes your way. What else would I point out about government? Oh, they ask you to do $1 worth of work and they give you a fucking nickel to do it with. So that's the other thing. They really ever, if ever, in fact, never pay the fully loaded cost of what it takes to actually help people. Like, what does that mean? It means, like, they don't want to pay for management. They don't want to pay for overhead. They don't want to pay for rent. They don't want to pay for supervisors. They don't want to pay for people who are, quote unquote, not directly involved in the delivery of the program. So what the fuck do they want to pay for? They want to pay for fucking low wage, low benefit, high turnover, inexperienced, no money for training ass people to solve some of the most difficult fucking problems that society has to solve. That's government. That's what the fuck you are begging to get yourself into. $1 worth of work, a nickel to do it with, and you lucky if you could fucking get that nickel out of them when it's time to try to submit your vouchers and get reimbursed. Here's the other thing. You get $750,000. Let's say the rest of your budget is $300,000. You realize you got a cash flow problem right away, right? Like, literally, you got a. Do you even know what the fuck a cash flow problem is? Like, you think you just landed $750,000. What you actually did was set yourself up for not making payroll. Why? Because if you got $750,000 and you annualize it, if you don't know what that is, Google it, motherfucker. Like, you can't get a grant without knowing what the word annualize is. So you got $750,000, you annualize it. Let me make it easy for you. Divide it by 12. That's how much money you are trying to spend every month so that you successfully spend down the fucking grant. But guess what? You got to put that money out first. So, and you might have to put out months and months of it before government reimburses you, because every time you submit your vouchers, they're going to try to make the case to you that you didn't do the paperwork right. So now, let's say you annualize that $750,000. I'm not good at math because I went to New York City public school, but divided by 12, let's say the number is, I don't fucking know, $40-something thousand. $40-something thousand times 3 is $120-something thousand. So you got to ask yourself, wait a minute, can I put up that kind of money for 3 months hoping to wait to get reimbursed by government? Chances are the answer is fucking no, unless you have a line of credit. Except your rinky-dink new-ass nonprofit that you launched during Black History Month is not ready to go to a bank to get a line of credit. So now you got a problem with cash flow. You literally can't even pay people to do the work to get reimbursed by government, but you think you got a grant. You ain't get a grant. You see what I mean? You got some kind of weird-ass promise to pay you back $750,000 if you could do all the shit that you told them you could do. And I know you promised them way more than you thought you could do because of how fucking competitive these things are. So let's keep going. Let's talk about what the fuck else doesn't work about government grants. Competition. Competition. There's so much fucking competition for these government grants that what people end up doing, and you know who the fuck I'm talking about, y'all tell the government that you're going to change the world for $750,000, and the way you're going to do it is that you're going to hire 46 and a half people to do it, because one person's part-time, and you're going to pay everybody $34,000 a year, and you're not going to have any fringe benefits. So now the government's like, oh shit, for $750,000, this person's going to deploy 34 people to do this. We're going to stop all the violence in this neighborhood. We're going to stop all these people from going to prison. We're going to get all these people. No, you're not. No, you're not. Because you overpromise, you're going to underdeliver. But government don't care, because remember, they're mediocre. And guess what? You are too now. You are too. Now, there are ways to be successful with pursuing government grants and not underserving people you say you're here to serve or undermining the people that you're going to serve. But if you don't know what the fuck you're getting into, that's where the fuck you're going to end up. I've seen it over and over. I've worked at large fucking organizations with fucking 30 fucking government grants, local, state, federal, and they're doing a bunch of mediocre shit, and they barely are getting reimbursed, and they're juggling money all the way around the board to be able to do it. And what's up, bro? And they're undermining people to be able to get it done. So if that's who you want to be, go forth. Do what the fuck you want to do. Don't listen to me. Fuck Glenn. Who the fuck is he? You don't know what he's talking about. But if not, you should pay attention to what the fuck I'm saying, because you're going to set yourself up for failure. What's the last thing I would say? If you're going to go after government grants, diversify your funding. Now, what does that mean? People say it all the time in nonprofits, diversify your funding. It just means, like, don't have all your money from government. Have some private foundation money, have some family foundation money, have some individual giving money, have some major donor money, have some earned income, what the fuck ever it takes. At Gem Trainers, we teach people how to diversify their income. We deploy our team using fractional time to teach people how to make sure they don't get caught up in this government grant nightmare. And we could do that for y'all. You just gotta visit the website. But you could also just keep going after that government grant and end up like the rest of them. That's what most of y'all end up doing anyway. That's it. Like, not only did I get this shit off my mind, and I'm allowed to, like, go off and enjoy my fucking weekend, but y'all got a little lesson out of this. I hope you feel good about that. Have a great weekend. Don't let nobody steal your rainbow. Peace.